Good morning, children. So today we are going to talk about rules and signs. What are some of the rules that you have in class? Did you discuss it with your mommy and daddy? Yes, that's good. Okay, some of the rules that we have in class will be no running using your walking feet, no shouting, no pushing your friends, use kind words. So those are your classroom rules. But what about rules when you go outside the class? How do you know if there is rules in such places? Like the void deck, like the playground or the basketball court. How do you know that there are rules in such places? Yes, you're right. There are signs to show that there are certain rules. Now let's talk about this newspaper article. Teacher have cut out this newspaper article from newspaper last week. It's very interesting because we are talking about rules in science, and this article is telling us about what are the consequences that will impact other people when we don't follow rules and what we will face if we don't follow rules. So this article basically talked about former teacher who was sentenced to 10 weeks of jail and fine of $1,600. So he will also be disqualified from driving all classes of vehicles for 5 years after his release. Meaning to say that he will go to jail for 10 weeks and he will need to pay a fine of $1,600. After he come out from the jail, after the 10 weeks, he is not allowed to drive for 5 years. Driving all classes, meaning in Singapore, we have different license for different class of vehicle. For example, a motorbike requires 3 license. Alright, in order for you to ride a motorcycle, you will have to go and take your class 2B, class 2A, and class 2. And for car, it's a class 3 vehicle, and there's also class 4 and class 5 and so on. Alright, so he cannot drive any class of vehicles. Means he cannot drive at all for 5 years after his release, after he come out from the prison. He was involved. Why is this so? What has he done that Singapore? Why is this so? What has he done that the Road Traffic Act or the Singapore government has imposed this on him? Why is he receiving severe punishment? Well, it's because he was involved in 2 accidents. The first accident that he was involved, it was a hit and run, meaning he already hit the car and he did not stop to check or to negotiate or to ask if the person that he hits is okay. He didn't stop. He just drive through and he left the accident scene. The second accident that happened was 5 minutes after, where he actually collided with another car, meaning he hit another car. And that accident, the second one, the victim, which means the other car driver, he actually suffered a spinal fracture. You know, at the back of your body, we have this spine and your backbone. Okay, that spine is fractured. You see what happens when you don't follow rules? When you don't follow rules, you don't only cause harm to yourself, but you also cause harm to other people around you. Because of his irresponsible act, another person has to suffer an injury. Do you think that's a good thing? No. So children, we must always follow rules. Now, why does Singapore impose these laws to the drivers outside there? because it's dangerous, right? If you do this, if you don't abide by the rules, you don't follow the traffic lights, you don't stop, you don't give way, you don't follow all the traffic signs and traffic rules, you may get involved in an accident. And that is why the Road Traffic Act has come up with a new law to say that for first time offenders, which means if you are involved in such accident and it's your first time, you can get jailed for up to 2 years and a fine of $5,000 depending on the injury that you have caused in the accident. Now, these are rules on the road. How about rules around your neighborhood area? Do you remember when we walk outside in our neighborhood area, we discuss about the different signs that we see? Yes, so there are signs, for example, like no kicking, and we also have signs like no playing of balls under the void deck. We also have signs such as no parking your motorcycle under the void deck, right? So we have to always abide by these rules because if we don't do so, we will get the consequences. So what happens if you play the ball, kick a ball under the void deck? What do you think will happen? Sometimes you may think it's okay to kick because nobody will see, right? There's no camera. But do you think there is really nobody to see? We always have our neighborhood community helpers walking around the area, right? So if let's say you don't follow by the rules, you continue to kick the ball under the void deck, you will disturb the neighbors in the area. Imagine kicking a ball to a wall. Does it sound very loud? Yes, it will create a very loud sound and it will disturb the neighbors of the area. Now, what happens if you were happily kicking the ball and suddenly somebody passed by and the ball hit the other person? Yes, the person will get hurt, right? Because when you kick a ball, the impact of it is quite hard. So that is why the community helper or the town council of the area do not allow children or adults to kick the ball under the void deck. That's why they also provide areas such as the street soccer court or the field. You can go to the field to kick the ball, or you can also go to the street soccer area to kick the ball. Right now, what about the playground? What are some of the rules that you have to follow in the playground? Yes, there are rules where they do not allow you to destroy the things in the playground. For you to play at the playground, you have to take care of the playground. What happens if you go to the playground and you start vandalizing? You know what's vandalizing? Taking a permanent marker and then draw on the slides of the playground, or color on the slides of the playground, or color any parts of the playground, even writing your name on the playground. That is called vandalizing. Is it right to vandalize? No, because when you vandalize, you do not show respect for the playground that you have in your neighborhood area. We have all these amenities, we have all these luxuries, we have a playground with us that you can play. So please take care of your neighborhood area. Now children, what is the purpose of science? Yes, science actually tell you what you can do or what you cannot do, right? Do you notice that signs are written in uppercase? Now, what happens if I have this sign? Have you seen this sign before? Yes, this is actually a stop sign. Usually, is colored in red and the letters are written in white. Do you notice that it is written in uppercase? Most of the signs are written in uppercase because this serves as a warning to us. It actually indicates a warning, an alert to tell you that you have to follow, you have to stop, right? What happened if stop signs like this were written in lowercase? Do you think this serves as a warning? Does this look like I have to follow this rule, stop? No, right? Because it's written in lowercase. So it doesn't portray the alert, right? It doesn't show that, hey, you have to stop. So see the difference when it is written in uppercase. Right? Usually you will see those signs written in uppercase. Now, I want you to discuss with your mommy and daddy what are other signs that you see that is written in uppercase. After the discussion, you can watch this video about the safety rules that I'm going to post in Kokolo. And there's an activity for you to do after watching the video. Have fun! Bye-bye!